going on, you absolute legends? Welcome back to the channel. So my name is GhostRider. Welcome back. I hope you're having a great day, because I am. Today I want to share with you my story about the world's worst CBT that I was on. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that this was the worst CBT. Go on, mate, give us some room, come on. This was not the best CBT I've ever seen. In fact, it was by far the worst, and I'm going to tell you why. So I was booked in to do my CBT. I've already done 2 CBTs before, but you have to renew it every 2 years, as you guys know. And if you're going to do your full direct access when you're 24, which is what I did, I waited until I was 24, and I phoned up the boys. I said, boys, can I come in and do a CBT with you? They said, yeah, no problem. We've got someone in on this day. Do you want to go with them as well? Because if you guys aren't aware, when you do your CBT, it's very common, because they don't make much money from you, is they'll have maybe 2, maybe 3 people doing the CBT at the same time, and it does make sense business-wise. And it gives you a bit of, it relaxes you a little bit, because you're probably not going to be the only one that's riding that's not very good on a bike. However, for this person that I was riding with was far from it. So I've had bikes, I've had 3 separate 125 bikes, I've done a lot of off-roading on bikes, I've messed around with mini motos. I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be making a load of videos of sort of story time. This is going to be story time number 1, and this is going to be the world's worst CBT. I'm not going to pussyfoot around it anymore, guys. Let's get into it. So, as I said, I turned up. I had all my gear. I borrowed a helmet from them. I borrowed a high-vis jacket from them as well. And this boy turned up. He was 6'4", 16 years old. So what's that? Like 8 years younger than me, and about 1.5 feet taller. And I introduced myself. He was shy. To be fair to him, he was just quiet. He wanted to do a CBT and go home. So I was like, "Hi mate, how you doing?" He's like, yeah, I'm good. I said, "Oh, you've rid any bikes?" He said, no, I've got a bike at home though. I've got a geared 50cc bike. All right, okay. So it's like the MRX 50 or whatever, the Derby GPR. No, not the GPR, the Derby Sender. So I'm just gonna pull up down the right here, show you guys are on my bike while I tell you the story. So, if you guys have done a CBT, you know that it's an all-day thing. It can take about 8 hours, especially if you're not very good on a motorcycle. So we went around the yard first, and you could just tell from the get-go, you have to go up like quite a steep ramp to get up onto the yard. And he couldn't make up the ramp. He was just like walking it up with his feet whilst revving it. Oh, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was like trying to put someone that's about 50 stone on a push bike. Do you know what I mean? So we're in the UK, if you haven't guessed, because we're doing CBTs. And eventually he gets up there, and he is the wobbliest. He is the wobbliest sausage I've ever seen. We're doing figures of 8. We're doing, if you guys have done a mod 1, you do a slalom in and out of cones. It goes into a figure of 8, and then you come back down. It took him about an hour to do 2 of them. He just kept falling off it. Like, I think what it was is that because he kept putting his feet down to go up the ramp, and he was just walking the bike around because he just couldn't do it. Bear in mind, it was his first time on a motorcycle. However, to take away from his credit, there was no clutch to worry about. And of course, I was preparing for my direct access, so I had to be on a 125 geared bike, which I've never owned a bike that doesn't have a clutch, because I'm not a pussy. So, because he was so afraid of putting his feet down, he just committed to it. So every time he'd go around the figure of 8, he wasn't holding the back brake, he was holding the front brake. So he kept falling over. And because he was committing so much to it, he just fell off the bike, and he committed with the fall. So 4 times in a row, before he got round the first cone of the figure of 8, he'd fallen off the bike. The bike was scratched to hell. It was abysmal. And I'm trying to like be nice to him, and because of course, you know, he's just learning. That's all CBT is. It's compulsory basic training. So I'm not trying to bully this guy. I'm not trying to belittle him. So I go down the other end of the yard and just do my own thing so that he doesn't think I'm watching him, because I don't want to put him off. I want to support him. But for a while I realised I was just sat there watching him. Just he'd get back on, he'd go and fall off it. It was brilliant. So about 5 hours in, within the first 2 hours you do yard work, and then for the other sort of 5 hours, 6 hours, you're out on the road. My God, what a beautiful day, guys. Look at this. And this is just down the road from where I live too. So don't come dox me. Don't knock on my door and beat me up. So anyway, back to the story. It was a good few hours in, we get onto the road. And you pull out from the yard, you go straight onto a roundabout and onto a 60-mile-per-hour road. He gets onto the roundabout and he's first. He said, I'm going to use his name as Tristan. It might have been his name, actually. It doesn't matter anyway. So the instructor, we've got the headsets on, he goes, Tristan, I want you to make a right at this roundabout. So on a roundabout, you know, when you get on there, you go around to the left, obviously, don't you? Because we're in the UK. And he goes, what'd you say? What'd you say? He goes, Tristan, I want you to make a right at the roundabout. He goes, are you sure? He goes, yeah. He doesn't go around the left. Instead of taking his third turning, he just cuts straight across. He gets onto the roundabout and goes right. There's cars come in, he shoots past all of them, and he pulls off and he's going, stop, what are you doing? Get off that bike, what are you doing? And there was more explicit language than that, but I'm not going to demonetize myself for when I do get over 1,000 subs. But I was cracking up. I was like, once he was safe, I was just pissing myself laughing. He's going, what the are you doing? He said, no, you told me to make a right at the roundabout. He said, yeah, you go around the roundabout, you don't go the other way. Oh, I thought that, I wanted to do what you were saying. So he's like, right, okay, mate, just do what you think is right, but listen to my instruction. He's like, yeah, okay, I won't do it again. I tap him on the back and say, don't worry, mate, I did that on my first time. I never, but I wanted to make sure he was confident. And he's riding all right. We get down to the second roundabout. He goes, I want you to go straight. He goes, no, Tim, I can't. It's a roundabout. He goes, yeah, I know. Go straight over the roundabout. Whoosh, straight over the roundabout he goes. Oh. Luckily, it was only like a mini sort of roundabout, but it did have a curb on it. But he went up, on, and down the other side of the roundabout. And that was it. Cars were just sort of, there's about 20 cars behind us thinking, what the hell are they doing? So we had to pull back in. He had to redo a CBT again. He did it for free because the boys felt sorry for him. And he passed, from what I hear, on the second time. But he wasn't holding his lane. He wasn't doing anything he was meant to on the first time. But I needed to share with you guys him jumping over roundabouts and going the wrong way. Anyway, if you want to hear more stories like this, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. The link's on screen. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Have a great night.